story time about the time someone tried to rob me and my best friend and almost us for no reason. Back when I was like in my teen years, me and my best friend Shaquan would just drive on our permits everywhere. Literally had a saying that 2 permits equals 1 license, so who cares? That is terrible. Do not do that. We definitely ended up facing our fair share of consequences for this, but that's just how we did it. Shaquan was something of a self-proclaimed ladies man. Like, he always had girls like hitting his phone all the time. I don't know how, because he was well known for like not taking girls serious, especially at that time in his life. Like, he was just not into a relationship. His stepdaddy era now though, so if you want a man, hit my guy Shaquan. I digress. One day we were basically just being bad kids, and this girl he had been talking to pretty frequently says like, hey, come meet me at the mall. Shaquan was like, I'm with my sister, like, what are you trying to get into? Like, blah, 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 blah. And I was cool with this because I wanted to go to the mall anyway, so I was like, oh, just drop me at the mall and then pick her up and then just get me when I'm ready to be done shopping. He was like, oh yeah, we'll just hang out in the car and like chat, and then like when you're done shopping, just come outside. This girl didn't just want to chat. This girl didn't just want to. We get to the mall, the drive there was immaculate. The vibes with my brother are always so good, so we were in a great mood. Like, we were on top of the world. He comes outside and she's like, hi, and I'm being cordial with her because every time he brought a girl around, like, I was always super sweet to her. I was always hoping, like, is this gonna be the one that makes him calm down? Like, is this gonna be the one? Go inside and they hang out in the car, and then when I'm ready to come outside, Shaquan is texting me like, yo, hurry up. I'm texting him like, what could be going on right now? He texts me and he's like, she asked to like, you know, and then when she was done, she asked for money. And I was like, did you tell her that's not at all what you thought this was? Like, yeah, I told her that's not what I thought this was, but now she wants to leave, so can you come out so we can take her home? Come outside, and I'm pretending to be dumb to the situation, and I'm just trying to assess what's going on here. Once I get outside, she's all calmed down, acting completely normal, like they're talking totally normal. She's like, hey, can you guys actually just bring me to McDonald's? Like, my friends are there. And we're like, oh yeah, sure. Should not have brought her to McDonald's, because what? Get to McDonald's, and her friends are waiting outside for her, and one of her friends comes up to the window, and they're talking to my brother. Like, we knew her friends. Like, the friend that came up to the window was someone in my grade, so like I was totally fine and normal with her. I'm like, hi. And her friend looks at her phone for like a split second, and there's an immediate mood change, and it gets really weird. This girl looks at my brother and she's like, where is her money? Like, where is her money? I'm like, girl, I don't know, tell her to clock into McDonald's. Like, where is her money? Go get your own. My brother is like, I told her that's not what I thought this was. Like, we've been talking for a couple weeks. Like, I didn't think that's what she was on. She starts cursing him out. Like, she's going crazy, rancid, like bananas. Girl starts telling my brother, like, if you don't give her her money, I'm gonna stab you, basically. Like, literally going to stab you. And then she pulls out brass knuckles. What? And she looks at me and she goes, actually, if you don't give me your money, I'm gonna stab your sister and not you. Oh my God. Dude, this girl had like 4 friends with her. So there was a girl on my side of the car, his side of the car, and then behind our car. We were like trapped in there. Literally looks at me and we have the same thought, and he says, just go along with it. Go to part 2. I'm so sorry. Part 2 of the story time of the time a girl tried to rob and me and my best friend. Yeah. So I look at the girl and I'm like, just come over to my side. I'll pay for her. Like, I just want to be done with this. Like, I'll pay whatever you want me to pay her. I'm not paying this girl. Are you out of your mind? I look at Shaquan and I motion for him to roll up his window. Like, roll your window up. He comes to my side of the window and I roll my window down, and then I'm like, pull off. Like, just pull off. He throws the car in drive as fast as he can, and he starts squealing out of the parking lot. But this girl is holding onto the window. Holding onto the window and trying to get me from the window with her fist. And I'm just like, what? So I'm reaching out the window. I'm punching her to get out of the window. Like, I'm positive that this probably looked like a weird scene out of Fast and Furious, but with like toddlers, because we were like teenagers. She finally lets go of the window, but as she lets go of the window, we like ran over her toe. Good thing, because that's what you get. Immediately, I'm like, we're calling the police, we're calling the police, we're calling the police. Like, these girls are crazy. We're calling the police. Mind you, there's no world in which my brother would rather call the police than just deal with something himself, but even he agrees, like, we need to call the police. Call the police, and we tell them that these girls are at McDonald's and they're like armed and whatever, and like the police literally know who we're talking about. Police are quick. Like, they show up at the McDonald's mad fast, so we do a loop around because we wanted to see like what's about to go down because we're nosy. And I tell you, they had like 6 squad cars pull up because they weren't sure what the situation fully entailed. Like, is there a gun? Like, what's going on? Stop by once we know that the police are there because obviously like they'll keep the situation at bay. And we wanted to give our statement because like, what just happened? The police basically tell us that this isn't the first time that this has happened and that they're known for this, and that the girl that was trying to stab me was the other girl's pimp. We're all underage, so none of this is legal or makes any sense to me. I'm just like, what is going on? The cop basically looks at us and he's like, it's something we've been looking into for a long time. Like, basically the one girl sells the other girl out. Huh? What? We aren't even 18. We aren't even 18. We end up arresting like 2 of the girls, and then that was pretty much that. What was funny was after one of the girls got out of jail, she like tried to be my friend, which I was like, we're not friends. I was like, yeah, babe, I love to forgive and forget, but this is like not one of those opportunities for you. That is just one of the times that me and my brother got ourselves into a very sticky situation. Love you guys. Bye. Story time.
time. I got dumped at my own wedding. All right, now let's talk about it. Oh, and yeah, it was at the altar in front of everyone. So if it wasn't enough that I already had knots, literal physical knots in my stomach, because you know, you get cold feet. My girls are talking me down. They're like, girl, you know you want to marry this man, blah, 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 blah. You're just getting nervous. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I just hope I can be a great wife. What if he changes his mind? I'm just panicking. And then it comes. It happens. It's time to walk down the aisle. And as I'm walking down the aisle, I'm looking at everyone. I'm smiling. I'm starting to cry a little bit. I see my mom taking pictures. And I feel like I'm just living the actual princess dream. So I get there to him and I notice he's barely looking at me, but he's looking down. He looks kind of sad. And then I think, well, maybe I just look so beautiful he can't take it and he's about to shed a tear. And once he pulls the veil back, the priest says, speak now if you feel like this couple shouldn't be together or forever hold your peace. About 3 seconds go by because I know no one there wants us to break up. And then he says, excuse me, I have something to say. And I'm like, excuse you? He turns to the audience, not even to me, and he says, I'm sorry, I cannot marry this girl. She's wonderful, but I'm tired of living my life in the closet. I don't even like women. But maybe we can be besties and go shopping together. I haven't slept since.
I was just in Florida with my family and my family friends, and one of the family friends' daughters is having really bad boy trouble right now. Like, oh my God, let's go hang out with her. To be young and sad one more time. Anyway, we go out for dinner and she's like devastated. Like she can't eat. She's been drinking. She's like, I've been smoking a pack of darts a day. Her mom's going, don't talk about this again. Don't talk about, I'm like, please talk about this again. I haven't sat down and discussed boy drama, like real tea that's happening in real time in a long time. So tell me Anyway, it's the pool boy in her building. They kind of start seeing each other, whatever, cute, cute, cute. She's coming back and forth like from home to Florida. Every time she goes back, he's there and he's like, let's date. And she's like, well, I don't live here, so I don't know if that'll work, whatever. So that anyway, they spend the holidays together just now at Christmas. He's like, come back. And she's like, okay, I'll fly back in February. So she like literally drops everything, rushes to fly back in February to like find a job there and figure out like a life there. Up until the day she goes, he's texting her every day and they're talking on the phone every night. And he's like, can't wait to see you, whatever. She lands, she's like, I'm here. And then immediately, he doesn't ghost her. He goes, okay, great, I'll come over tonight. Then, oh, sorry, I fell asleep. Next day, okay, I'm gonna come over tonight. Oh, I hurt my legs at the gym, I can't walk. This like train of excuses where he's still texting her every day, but just not coming over goes on for 4 weeks. Naturally, she's like, what the, like, do you not want to see me? Like, I'm icing you. And he's like, no, I want to see you. I was an older spectator. I'm listening to this story like he has a girlfriend. But anyway, I let her finish. One night, he's like, come over right now. And she couldn't because she had to take her dog to the vet. So she doesn't go over, whatever. And then that was the shot because that's when his girlfriend was not there. It goes on. She makes friends with his friends that also live in her building. And they tell her basically he's blocked you from his Instagram stories because he's seeing this other girl. Where she cannot get over it is she has no idea how this guy did this to her. Why? Like all the things. She's showing me every cute thing he ever said to her. And I go, sweetie, stop it. And you know why? You know what happened to you just now? You got played. The old bait and switch. The old, I'm gonna date you, but actually I have a girlfriend. Where people go wrong in these situations is A, you humored it for too long, but B, sitting here thinking that a really good guy did an out of character crazy bad thing. But really the guy was always a player and he did something completely in character, and why would you know that? You were the victim of getting played. You were literally the one he was tricking with his whimsy. She's like, no, he just liked me so much. I'm like, babe, he did not like you. He wanted to have his cake and eat it too. This is tale as old as time. When people go like, oh my God, I can't believe we talked every day and then he ghosted me and we were talking for a month. It's like, who do you know after a month?